Hello. Tanner, Ashlyn, Trevor, yes. Excited for all of you guys to be here today, and more people are joining. I love it. There's over 150 of you guys, so I'm excited. Get excited. There's going to be some good stuff. Just a little fun fact before we get started in a minute. Number one, I love pumpkin everything. So anything pumpkin, that's like my go-to. Number two, my roommate forgot to pay the electricity bill. So our electricity went out today for like 2 hours. She's in Greece. So that was not great to have to contact her and figure that one out. But anyways, we're going to get started soon because it is almost 8 p.m. Excited. Okay, Brett from Arlington, Virginia. Awesome. Not only to be in better shape than 2017, but improve all my mobility issues. That's awesome. Love that goal. Ashlyn from the mountains of North Carolina. Love it. Valerie. All right. It is 8 p.m., guys. We are going to start because I want to honor your time and I want to get this going and get you guys some good value. So before we get started, share this out with your friends, any last minute friends, copy and paste that right now, text it to them and say, I think you should come join me. Number two, silence your phones. Silence the phones. We all are popular. We all have tons of texts going on right now. So silence your phones, or better yet, just put it across the other side of the room. I'm going to go put mine and slide it across the side of the table, the other side of the table. Number three, close down any videos, any tabs, because I know we have 1 million tabs open right now. I'm going to call you out because you're a busy person and you probably have 1 million tabs open just like me. Close them all down, even the funny cat videos, everything. And then just get pumped to walk away with some great value. So if you are ready, say, let's go in the chat box because I'm pumped and I want to see, who else is pumped out there. So, and I'm excited to hear and see all of you guys in the chat box already. Valerie from California, Jacqueline, dietetic intern, one of my own. Love it. Let's go. All right. So the 5 fat loss strategies for a busy life that last, because we don't want to be a New Year statistic, guys. Let me just know in the chat box. Have you ever said this before? Blank is my year. New Year's resolution is to eat healthier, to begin working out, and then you don't have time after like the first couple days of the new year. You just end up searching the latest fad diet and workout program because that's the only thing you have time for. And then it ends in this, the fad diet transformation. Guys, I love this picture because it explains it so well, because you have the before, you have the after where, yes, I lost weight, I'm getting results. And then you have the after because you've done some damage to your metabolism and it's no longer sustainable and it's no longer fun. It's no longer realistic for your lifestyle when life isn't perfect or ideal, and you fall off the program, you fall off the intense workout regimen, and then you gain all the weight back and sometimes even more. And that is not what we want. Today, we're going to be talking about long-lasting change. So you are in the right place today. If this describes your life, do you have no time to do anything? Number two, if you had a meal prep, it would look a little bit like this. Number three, you think you have to eat this for results. Number four, while your family and coworkers eat this. So while you're eating some leaves, your roommates, your friends, your coworkers are eating burgers and chicken, all that kind of stuff. Number four, you feel guilty that you can't spend hours here. Number five, you're sad because you can't have this at family and business events. You feel like if you were to have this, you would not have the results you wanted. Number six, you can't imagine having time for that, because let me tell you guys, I don't. Number seven, you don't have time for this either, sleeping. Sleeping is just not something you really have time for. You are thinking, no, I don't have time. That just doesn't fit into my busy schedule. Number 8, you don't even have time for the things you care about, let alone working out. So here's my puppy. Her name is Gracie, yellow lab. She's great. This was me when I was super busy starting my own business and she was crying for attention. I just didn't have time for her. And then number 9, so you're left thinking this. You're just hopeless. You don't have time for this. You don't have time for working out. You don't have time for meal prep. So you are left hopeless. So do you resonate with any of those? Because if so, if any of those 9 are you, you have 3 different results, or maybe all 3. And that's result number 1. You pick your poison of a fad diet out there because you just don't have time for what you think it takes to get long-lasting results. Whether it's low carb, whether it's paleo, whether it's Whole30, whether it's zone, whether it's all these different diets, you choose one of them. You know, this cookie diet that's on this diagram, I'm thinking that one sounds good to me. Number 2, or you just don't even try. You're like, you know, it's a lost cause, so I'm just not going to try, and you just go for all the desserts. And then number 3, and this is usually a result no matter what you choose, you end up losing muscle and gaining fat and having a body that you're just not happy or confident in. So if you can relate to one or more of those statements, type yes in the chat right now, and maybe even say the number that you most relate to if you can remember. If not, just type yes in the chat box if any of these resonate with you. If you're thinking, yes, this is kind of my life. Like, I don't have time for meal prep. I don't have time to work out. Sleeping is even something that kind of gets put on the back burner, all of that kind of stuff. Can you relate to one or more of these statements? Yes, yes, yes. Desserts. Yes. All right. Awesome, guys. So if yes, there is hope for you. There is. I'm telling you guys, and that is why we are here tonight, and that is why you guys dedicated this hour to this right now. Because Google and others have told you that meal prep and hours in the gym are necessary. But I want to let you guys know something. You sit on a throne of lies. I had to do it. I love Elf. It's December. Come on, anyone else out there, Elf fans? Because I am. So you sit on a throne of lies because you do not need all of that to be healthy and to get the results you want. And I just also don't want you to confuse Google with my dietetics degree, because as you will soon learn a little bit about me, I am a registered dietitian, and I don't want you to confuse. There's so much information out there on Google. It is not a lack of information that is holding us back from our results. It's what is actually good out there, sifting through all the bad information and figuring out what is good. So reality check, I don't hardly ever meal prep, and I don't spend hours in the gym, or even 1 hour sometimes. But I can still have the body and energy without all of that, so I know that you can too. So get excited, get pumped to hear what I'm about to share with you guys. So what you will learn today, you're going to learn the 7 reasons why you may not have the body you want. My personal struggle as I started my own business with little free time and all of a sudden didn't have all the time that I used to have, say in college, you know, when we thought we were busy, but we only had like 2 or 3 classes to go to a day. And then you're going to learn the 4 fat loss secrets for the busy life that last long term. So type, yeah, I cannot talk. Type, let's go if you're ready to figure out what these fat loss strategies are and how to lose this fat once and for all that's long term. So we are going to get started. Let's go. But before we even start, let's no longer be strangers, guys, because I've always been told not to talk to strangers. I don't want you to listen to a stranger. So if you know nothing about me, let me just share a little bit about myself real quick. So back in high school, starting on the left-hand side, starting in high school, I wanted to be the best athlete I could be. I was type A perfectionist, fell into an eating disorder, fell into the downward spiral of anorexia. I was able to overcome that because I realized I just wasn't able to reach my potential if I didn't treat my body and feed my body correctly. I worked with dietitians myself. I overcame it, won the state championship in my senior year of high school in running, went on to sign with the University of Florida. Yes, I'm in Tallahassee now, so I'm in enemy territory, but I did sign with the University of Florida. And then I went on to get my bachelor's in nutrition and then my master's in sports nutrition and exercise physiology. So I not only got 4-year degree in that, but then I went on and I was crazy and decided to do more school. So a little bit during that master's and graduate program, I got to do a lot of fun research. I did some labs. I learned how to do underwater weighing, which was the gold standard for body fat at that point in time. I even learned how to hook myself up to an EKG and learn I do have a healthy heart, guys. Don't worry. I read my little EKG leads. And then after my master's, or throughout my master's, I also did a 1-year dietetic internship. I got some really cool experience there. So on the left-hand side, I got to do some months in the hospital, which wasn't my favorite, I'm not gonna lie, but it was some good experience. I also, in the middle, I got to spend time with the Atlanta Falcons dietitian and the Atlanta Falcons. I got to be out on their practice field, fueling them for success. Yes, that was before the Super Bowl. I had nothing to do with the Super Bowl results though. And then number on the right, this was the Minnesota Twins that I got to work with them as a side nutritionist along with their dietitian for spring training. So I got to do a lot of sports experience, got some hospital experience, got some other experience that wasn't my favorite, but you know, you do what you got to do and you got experience underneath you. But what really I want to get to is then after graduating with my master's, finishing my dietetic internship, becoming a registered dietitian, I started my own business. And this is when things got a little stressful. Actually, you know, the stress got real. So I started staying up super late trying to host webinars. As you can see on the left-hand photo, this is a screenshot of someone that was listening to my last webinar. On the right-hand side, that's me drinking coffee at 9 p.m. at night because I still had work to do. And then on the middle, you know, I was just traveling. I was going to events, you know, with like Lewis Howes. I met with him in Miami one time. I was flying all over the speaking engagements and all this kind of stuff. And you know, the stress got real. And I just realized I had zero time to do all this meal prep and workout for hours like I used to do. Because I used to love doing that kind of stuff. I started Fresh Fit and Healthy as a recipe blog because I loved making healthy recipes. But all of a sudden, I didn't have time for that myself. So the solution you really came to hear, and that is, this is one of my clients when she showed that her body fat had dropped. But this is a solution you're here to hear about. Is that right? Just let me know in the chat box. Yes, I want to hear this. Enough about you. Come on, let's go. All right, so type yes to results if this is something you want to hear. So going forward, why you don't have the body or the life that you want right now. Number one, you are obsessively cutting calories or you are obsessively working out. This is the first thing that I see a lot of people that's holding them back. And that is because this is me jumping off a diving board when I was a little girl. But anyways, when you diet and when you obsessively cut calories or when you obsessively work out for hours, your body goes into a survival state. So just like holding your breath, like when I'm jumping off that diving board, holding my breath, yes, I had to hold my nose because I could never hold my breath the normal way as a kid. Anyways, obsessively cutting calories is going to put your body into a survival state. Your body does not know that, oh, I'm just on a diet and food is around in the next room, around the corner in the next room. Your body is thinking, I don't know when the next time I'm going to get food is. Like, I don't know when all I know is that I need to survive and I don't know when the next time I'm going to get food is. So I'm going to hold on to every little thing I have and I'm going to hold on to all of the food and I'm going to slow down my body's processes and I'm going to break down the tissue that needs the most energy, which is muscle, and I'm going to store the tissue that doesn't need as much energy, and that's fat. So we are creating the exact environment that we don't want when we're obsessively cutting calories or obsessively working out. That is why, let's review this picture. That is why this fad diet transformation happens a lot, because you're obsessively cutting calories during these fad diets. So you get the after results, but then you get the after because you go back to your old ways and your old habits once it's no longer sustainable. And then you've replaced muscle with fat, which burns less. So you have a lower resting metabolic rate. And then you're putting on more weight than you even started with. So that is why you might not, that's reason number one, you might not be getting results you want. Number 2, you're going too long without eating because of either a busy schedule or because you think you shouldn't eat like as much as you want to, or you're thinking it's not mealtime yet, I shouldn't eat anything. Any reason that you're going too long without eating, this can actually hinder your results. Because one result of that is your spoon becomes a shovel, and you have no way to just eat a moderate portion size once you've gone too long without eating. If you've had a busy schedule, if you just feel like, oh my goodness, like I just went too long without eating because I got caught up with things, but then you get home, you're starving, you're just thinking, what is in the kitchen that I can eat? Or you just stop at the nearest food restaurant to get something, and you have no way of listening to your internal cues because the spoon becomes a shovel and you're just piling it into your mouth. I'm saying that under or overeating, negative results happen with your body composition. And there's a lot of sciencey hormone things going behind the scenes that are happening as well. And I don't really want to go into too detail and bore you guys with that. But basically your hunger hormones, leptin and ghrelin. Leptin is the one that's the hunger hormone that says, I'm full, you can stop eating. Ghrelin is the hormone that's saying, I'm hungry, feed me, feed me. So when you go too long without eating, your ghrelin doesn't shut off. Your ghrelin doesn't shut off, and then your leptin decreases, so you're actually not able to control how much you eat at that time. So let me know if that is something you go through right now. Number 3, you are only snacking. So Google says I'm supposed to snack to reach my goals. I see a lot of people thinking that I have to snack, 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 but then they get into this all the time grazing mode and they don't. I see them get into this grazing mode, and then you're just continuously snacking. You are no longer having real meals, so you're losing your sense of hunger and fullness cues, your satisfaction of eating a full meal, and you're adding just endless snacking to that. And that leads to overeating at the end of the day. So, like I said, anything either under or overeating is going to lead to negative results. Number 4, you're only doing cardio to burn that fat off. So cardio, yes, it burns some calories while you're doing it, but guess what? It stops there. When you stop running on the treadmill, when you stop biking, your calorie burn also stops. But when you're strength training, you actually build muscle that burns calories way longer than when you're working out. So you stop your workout, but guess what? Your muscle breakdown is actually causing you to continuously burn calories and burn fat. And so you have to be incorporating strength training and not just doing a lot of cardio. Even as a runner, I strength train twice a week, and it's really good for sport-specific goals, fat loss, looking good, not just skinny. And you get to this point where you're not skinny, you're toned, you're feeling good, you're feeling strong, and you don't just look like you've lost weight, but you look like good, your clothes are fitting good, all that good stuff. Number 5, another reason you might not be hitting your goals, you're falling for the healthy halo. So the healthy halo, I like to say, are all these healthy foods that you think are good for you, but you overeat them because you think, oh, they're healthy foods, so I can eat as many as I want. So avocado, nuts, peanut butter, granola, the acai bowls, all that kind of stuff, they're all good for you. They're all nutritious, yes, but that doesn't mean that it's unlimited amounts and it's a free-for-all. You still, like above all, portion control is huge. So, you really have to watch, no matter what kind of foods you're eating, healthy or not, quote unquote healthy, portion control and moderation of all foods, which is why I let my clients have anything that they want. I show them how certain foods can fit, but it's all about portion control at the end of the day. And so a lot of times it's not even quote unquote unhealthy foods that are holding people back. It's really the healthy foods that they're eating tons of, thinking that I can eat as much as I want. Again, overeating any foods, no bueno. So number 6, another reason you might be getting held back with results, having no time, you go to quick fixes. And I've already talked about this a little bit, so I'm not going to harp on it too much more, but banning fat, cutting carbs, all juices for just 3 days straight. You turn to these things because you think, oh, well, I just don't know what to do. I don't have much time, so I'm just going to cut everything. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut whole food groups for no reason at all. And so it's really about not doing that, because guess what? All of those things, when you cut a ton of things out of your diet completely, or you just go to any of these quick fixes that are like, oh, lose 10 pounds in a week. Guess what? You get that 10 pounds in a week sometimes, but it's the wrong kind of weight. So I want you to look at this image really quickly. There's 1 pound of muscle versus 1 pound of fat. So let me tell you, what if you were losing 10 pounds in a week, but you were losing all of the muscle weight? So then you're replacing it later on as you gain the weight back with fat. And now you not only are back up to your normal weight, but you feel worse, you look worse, your clothes aren't fitting, all this stuff, because guess what? Even if you were to maybe stay the same weight on a sustainable plan, but you were replacing fat with muscle, look at that. Look at that change if you were to replace muscle or replace fat with muscle. Your clothes would be fitting better, you would be feeling better, you'd be looking better, all of that stuff. So quick fixes may lead to weight loss, but it's going to lead to the wrong kind of weight loss. Think this way. This is just a simple diagram of a 130-pound person. Both are 130 pounds, but one's 35% body fat and one's 20% body fat. So what would you rather? I know this is why I get my clients out of the weight loss focus and onto the fat loss focus, because weight loss is the wrong progress point to look at no matter what, because you could be staying a similar weight but be looking a lot better, your clothes could be fitting a lot better, all that kind of good stuff. But diets and all those fat diets out there focus on weight. Dieting teaches you a lot of things, but it doesn't teach you things that we necessarily want to learn. It teaches you how to deprive yourself, teaches you how to go hungry, teaches you how to lack nutrition, teaches you how to fail, teaches you how to trick yourself and your body, and it just teaches you bad habits, things that you don't really want to learn. And then number 7, last but not least, the biggest thing I see holding busy people back is stress. So busy mom, busy professional, busy athlete, busy entrepreneur, busy student, all of you guys out there, there's a lot of things that are holding us back, but the biggest one I see is stress. Because stress, and you're thinking, oh, I understand that, but Sarah Grace, I cannot decrease my stress. It's just part of what I do. And I get that stress is going to be present somewhat, but it's finding ways to decrease it, because stress leads to increased cortisol, which leads to muscle breakdown, which also, you're replacing the muscle breakdown with fat, and you're creating the exact environment that you don't want when you increase your cortisol levels, which is what stress does. So how do we deal with stress? Type yes if you relate to one of those, number 1. If you relate to any of those 7 things, type yes in the chat box right now and let me know which one it is that you relate to. If you remember the numbers, if not, just type yes again in the chat box. Yes, these are things that I might have been doing that have been holding me back. Yes, 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 yes. All right. All right, so what are the secrets? We're going to focus on 4 different secrets, like I said, but they're going to revolve around 3 different things. How to not meal prep, how to not spend hours in the gym, and how to deal with this time and stress issue. I don't have time and I have stress, and guess what? The time thing is not really changing, and the stress, maybe I can decrease a little bit, but probably not. It's my job or whatever. Let's deal with those secrets. Because I'm just saying right now, it's easy to simplify healthy eating into a 5-second pitch, but sound bites are not actually enough to help people fix their eating and actually get long-lasting results. There's common slogans out there. A lot of people say, just eat whole foods. Only eat food your grandmother would recognize. Eat more fat, fewer carbs. If it doesn't fly, run, or swim, and it isn't a vegetable, don't eat it. But let's be honest, none of those things, yeah, they sound good, they sound sexy, they sound like, yeah, let's do it. But at the end of the day, that doesn't really help you change your habits and change your life and get results. Like those are just good, sound bites. So my personal experience as a busy entrepreneur, I used to do this. This used to be my life. Yes, I got meal prep down. I'm putting it in containers. I got all my chicken breasts ready. I got my sweet potatoes diced. I got all my massaged kale out there, everything. That used to be my life, guys. I used to be real good about it. But then life happened. And, on the right-hand side, you see me at 7 p.m. writing a 25-page paper that I had put off to the last minute during my master's. That was kind of a mistake on my part. I was speaking, I was going to events. So I spoke with the Minnesota Twins at their facility. I was speaking in Phoenix, Arizona at CPSDA's conference. I was going to events like Lewis Howes event in Columbus, Ohio. I was traveling all over the place. And I was thinking, all right, that is no longer realistic for my life. How do I stay healthy when I can't meal prep like I used to, and when I'm not spending hours in the gym, or I don't have hours to spend in the gym? Because this is what my kitchen began looking like. If you guys can relate a little bit, especially now with Christmas time coming up and the holidays coming up, on the left-hand side, you have a lot of this hanging around, whether it's at your work, whether it's at home, whether it's at family member's house. And then on the right-hand side, this was actually a picture I took. I was gonna post on my Instagram, didn't post it actually, but this was actually one point in my kitchen because I was just going through a very stressful time, and I was living with my brother at the time because it was during my internship rotations in his city, and me and my brother are both big on candy and snack food. And I took a photo just out of the humor of what my life had turned into from the great meal prep. This was what my life had started becoming, and I wasn't feeling good because of it, but I just kept going anyways because I didn't know what else to do. So I want to play this video real quick, because this is something that this is Tim's story, if you guys don't know. And Tim's story is someone that I asked, what is his advice going forward to me and all of my followers? And this is what he said. So let me just play this video really quickly for you. Oh no, it could not be. Okay, hold on one second. Let me know if you guys can hear this video. 1 second. And then also a challenge for the week for me to implement in my own life, and I just look up to you as a mentor, so I want to have your advice.
Number one, I'm so proud of her. Keep following her, not just because she has a good personality, not just because she shines, but she's smart as well. So here's what I want to say to you and everybody that follows you. Be consistent. Be consistent. Most people are not. It's like the Wizard of Oz. Follow the yellow brick road. Because Toto's going to try to take you off. The Scarecrow, the Tin Man. Follow the yellow brick road. Stay consistent. That's my word.
Awesome. Thank you. So, I'm glad you guys could hear that, see that. I'm seeing in the chat that you guys could. So, when I heard, okay, being consistent is key, I just still didn't know how was I going to do that? How was I going to be consistent on such a crazy schedule? So the 4 fat loss secrets I'm going to share with you guys of how I became consistent and how I started becoming consistent. Let me just share those with you. So solution number 1 is all going to be related around nutrition realm and around not meal prepping. So not excessive meal prep, keep it simple. There's snacks. I'm not saying you have to prep your lunch and that you have to prep your breakfast, all of this stuff, but you can keep it simple. So keeping snacks on you that you can, keep on you that doesn't have to be refrigerated. So protein bars, roasted edamame, chickpeas, trail mix, nuts, high protein cereals, beef jerky. And then if you do have refrigeration, carrots, hummus, and yogurts and stuff like that. Meals. You don't have to meal prep and make a ton of meal prep on Sunday, but you can batch cook. So, if you're going to make 1 chicken breast, why not make 3? And if you're going to leave for the day, why not throw some things in the crock pot and have them ready for later? And then just cooking food simple so that you can add different flavors later, so you're not eating the same thing for 3 days straight. Because let me tell you, when I meal prep, I don't even feel like that food 2 days later. So making food simple, like cooking simple chicken breast up, but then later on adding the different flavors you want to them, can be key. Healthy options out. So here's another thing about not meal prepping. You can find healthy options out. So whether it's, Trader Joe's, they have lots of, or any local grocery store to you, you can, find out like what is going to be a good solution for you. Some salads on the go, some pre-prepared sandwiches, salads, things like that. Whole Foods is another great thing. Any place that you can make your own bowls or make your own plates, anything like that, you can always find healthy options. Easy options at home. So even though you don't need to meal prep by any means or take hours doing it, but you can make simple things. So on the top right-hand side, I have a blog post on so many just one sheet pan meals. So it's just tons of different recipes that you just need 1 sheet. That's it. And it's a super easy prep to make meals. On the bottom, crock pot, chicken. I literally throw a jar of salsa and chicken breast into a crock pot, turn it on, leave for work for the rest of the day, come home to lots of good, yummy salsa chicken that I can put on top of salads, that I can put into taco shells, all of that kind of stuff. And then, in the middle picture, turkey. So I cook whole turkeys myself, I'm not gonna lie, but you can also buy turkeys and then slice it up, freeze it with parchment paper in between, and you can just have it frozen and ready to go whenever you want, so that you're not having to make something every single night. And then things like easy roasted potatoes, you can easily throw them in the oven, have them throughout the week, things like that don't take any time at all. And then navigating not so easy places. So one thing that I love doing is showing my clients how to, just eat healthy out and choose wisely, even when you're at places that you think aren't so healthy or have no good choices. So one solution that I really love is if you're gonna have a burger, fine, have the burger, but take the top bun off. That's the left-hand photo right there. I was also showing my Instagram story one day of how you can eat healthy at Starbucks with their reduced fat turkey bacon sandwich. And then on the right-hand side, even in a place that maybe had lots of just fried foods and stuff, I was just showing a client that it's okay, just eat in moderate portion sizes. It's okay to just eat things that maybe aren't quote unquote super healthy, as long as you contain portion sizes. So here's navigating not so easy places. This is me and a client, and she said, having lunch here last minute, if you have a chance, give me your suggestions. She sent over the menu. I showed her what she could get that was healthy on the menu. And that's just some things that I do for my one-on-one clients, because I think that's what helps people most, is learning as you go, day by day, what is healthy and what's great, so that you can learn as you go and be your own expert. Because a lot of people say, to be healthy while you travel or while you're on the go, just go to the grocery store while you're traveling and on vacation, and just don't go to restaurants. But that's not practical and that's not fun. So how do you eat healthy? And that's why I was showing you how you can do things, easy at home, or making healthy choices out, or just eating in moderation, because you don't really want to have to just shop at the grocery store, whether you're traveling for work or whether you're on vacation, all that good stuff. And then how to fit your favorites in. That tank top right there says Will WOD for wine, which I used to, back in my CrossFit days, WOD means workout of the day. And so I love my red wine, love my chocolate, love my ice cream. And those are 3 things that I will never give up. But guess what? You can fit in your favorites. And it's just having a specific plan in place and figuring out how they fit, so that you never feel deprived. Because guess what? If I told my clients, you can never drink, you can never have chocolate, you can never have desserts, you can never have your burger, they wouldn't stick to the plan long term. And that's not the goal. The goal is to find something that you can stick to. So definitely figuring out how to fit your favorites in, and that's super easy by just MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal, I have that, my clients on it, they track, they learn how to fit in their favorite foods with the plan I give them, and that's something that empowers them to be their own expert at the end of the day. And above all, it's really about portion sizes. So I made this little portion guide up, and protein, size of the palm, vegetables, size of the fist, grains, the size of the cupped hand. And I created this whole handy portion guide, which you guys can access on my website later on. But you can stop counting and measuring long term by just using the handy portion guide. So that is solution number one, all nutrition related, how you cannot meal prep for hours and still stay on track nutritionally speaking. Now, for workouts, not spending hours in the gym, it's all about active living and workouts that are focused on quality, not quantity. So I'm saying no more hours lollygagging on the elliptical or walking on the treadmill or biking at a little pace, and no hours in the gym, period, are really needed to get results. So making the most out of your workouts is key, guys. It's really, this is something I shared on my Instagram, but just a quick 15-minute workout that killed me. I was huffing and puffing at the end, but guess what? It was only 15 minutes long. And you can create workouts that are super, short, super not long at all, super convenient at home, and still get results. You do not have to go to the gym for hours and still work out at all. And then incorporating strength and high intensity interval versus steady state cardio. So yes, you can incorporate some steady state cardio and that can be great, but overall, really focusing on strength and high intensity interval training is going to be key for you, because strength builds muscle, and muscle is what's going to be burning that fat away and melting that fat away. And then high intensity interval training is also, so any kind of sprint intervals or any kind of interval training kind of style workouts are going to be great for you. And that's the kind of stuff I give my clients one-on-one. This is, I don't worry, I don't give them this heavy of strength workouts. This is just me and my CrossFit days. And then within day movement. So, a lot of us are sitting during the day. How do I stay going and active during my day? And that's, things like taking walk breaks. Me, I have this standing desk because, I sit at home on my computer a lot. And so how was I going to fix that? I was going to get a standing desk. So I got a standing desk, and that can really help you. Whether you can do that, you have the luxury of doing that, or if you're at work, just taking 5 to 10 minute walk breaks throughout your busy day can make a huge difference long term. One of my clients didn't even have time to work out at all. Busy professional, new mom, just didn't have time for it. And guess what? We still got her results by just focusing on her diet and focusing on within day movement and walking throughout her day. And so you don't have to have these crazy workouts. It's really about diet and just getting moving and staying moving throughout your day. Number 3, time management. So time management is huge, and we're all super busy. That's why you're on this webinar right now. So how do I go about that? Well, one thing, we all waste time somewhere. Even when we're super busy, there's some parts of our day that we are wasting time. So what I want you to do tonight is, go into tonight thinking you're going to do this. Tomorrow, track your 24-hour day. Track every hour of the day what you do during that specific hour. And let me know where you find time that you're wasting, because we all waste time somewhere. So tracking your 24-hour day can be key for you, and figuring out where you're wasting time, and then building routines for success and consistency around your lifestyle and around your schedule. So, because I always say, I don't have time to eat breakfast. I don't have time to work out. I don't have time for this. But guess what? Also me, spends 30 minutes scrolling through my feed. Guess what? During those 30 minutes you were scrolling in your feed or checking the newspaper or looking or watching Netflix, you could have been getting in your workout or making some kind of dinner. We all have time. It's just figuring out where we're wasting time. So what are your priorities? Here's my sister and my 2 baby nephews. They're adorable, cute, I know. But the biggest thing is going to be figuring out what your priorities are, And then figuring out, okay, so my sister's priorities were her kids. She's a mom. She's a stay-at-home mom now. How does she figure out how to still stay healthy? And it's all about figuring out your priorities and then thinking, okay, these are the things that need to stay. These are the things that I'm not going to give up in my life. So how do I figure out good routines and how do I get consistency around my biggest priorities? Because there's going to be things that you can't cut out or that you don't want to cut out. And that's great. You should have priorities in life that aren't health and fitness related. But around those priorities, how can I focus and get in my consistency and just create morning and nighttime routines? So creating routines. Here's Mel Robbins. She's great if you guys don't know her and her 5-second rule. But there's a rule basically that you have there's things that we know we should do that we don't want to do. So, your alarm goes off, you hit the snooze, you hit the snooze, you hit the snooze. But you think, no, I can't hit the snooze. I need to get my workout in before work, so I need to not hit the snooze. Well, when that alarm goes off, basically what Mel Robbins says in her 5-second rule book is, you have 5 seconds to do that action or your brain goes back on autopilot and there's no hope for you, basically. So say your goal is to set your alarm an hour early so you can go work out. When that alarm goes off, count backwards 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and get up and go and don't even think twice. Because if you wait more than that 5 seconds, and it's key to count backwards and not up because backwards takes your brain off autopilot. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up, do it, do that thing that you don't want to do. And guys, it makes a huge difference. I've applied it in my own life. So, and then solution number 4. So we dealt with nutrition, we dealt with working out, we dealt with the time management. Number 4 is stress and sleep management. Because either way, when you're super stressed, you do 2 things. You either undereat, which then your body goes into survival mode. There's hormone imbalances, high levels of cortisol, you're hangry and you're not happy to be around. You're not a happy person to be around. And then you usually end up overeating or binging later on. Or you overeat and then you feel gross. You have this excess of food, which, leads to weight and fat storage. You're not thriving in life. You have little energy. You have low self-confidence, decreased social life, all of that kind of stuff is going on when you're overeating. So how do we deal with stress? I actually made a video on this, but dealing with stress, I want you right now to list out 5 things that you can do when stress comes up. When when you feel yourself literally cringing and you feel your muscles all tight inside, like sometimes I'm sitting on my computer working and I just feel every single muscle constricted in me because I'm so stressed. And so if that's something that you experience, figuring out, okay, what are 5 different things that I can turn to when I feel that super stress mode? So some things you can maybe add to your list: walking, going on a run, journaling or writing, meditating, praying, yoga, calling a friend or a family member, and then setting up good morning and nighttime routines. Because if you don't have a good morning routine, you will start your day stressed, and starting your day stressed is not setting you on the right foot. So things that you can deal with stress: walks, runs, writing, all this good stuff. And then biggest thing, like I said in the time management section, morning and nighttime routines. So what I always say to my clients, Nutrition Basics 101, there's a few things that if you're not going to do anything nutritionally or fitness related, here are some things that you should do. And that's number 1, not sleep too little or too much. So 7 to 9 hours is key. Not too little, not too much. Under and overeating. If you're not going to change the actual type of food you're eating at all, at least control portion sizes and not go too long without eating. That right there can help you get results if you're not doing that already. And then stress control. So walks, reading, like I just talked about, sleeping, calling a friend, journaling, all that kind of stuff. Anything that you think will take the stress off of you will be a great thing to incorporate going forward. So as a little accumulation of everything, secrets of how to lose this fat and keep it off long term. So don't fall into the fad diets and intense programs out there, guys. New Year's is coming, and I don't want you to be a New Year's statistic of trying one of these fad diets or intense programs out there. It's not going to help you. you're going to wait. Number one, you're waiting till New Year's, which is already setting yourself up for failure, because guess what? When you wait for New Year's, then you're waiting till life is perfect or ideal to start something. And guess what? Life is rarely ideal. So when life is no longer ideal, like January 3rd or January 5th, then you're going to fall off. So don't fall into the fad diets and intense programs out there, and definitely don't wait to start something until January 1st. Don't think, oh, the holidays are here, I'm not going to start something now. Alternatives to meal prep and hundreds of containers. So learning how to make healthy choices out, and then also just learning how to batch cook, how to use the crock pot, things like that. Solutions to healthy traveling and social life, learning how to fit your favorite foods in by using MyFitnessPal and becoming aware of how you can fit your own foods in as soon as you figure out your own energy needs and your own macro needs. Quality workouts. So getting quality over quantity is for sure a big thing. So making sure that you're putting your phone away when you go to the gym, no texting between sets, and timing your rest breaks can also be really helpful. But definitely just not wasting time when you're in the gym, or just doing at-home workouts that are literally making you end within 20 minutes and you're huffing and puffing and dying. Within day movement, like I said, the standing desk, getting in walk breaks, things like that. Time management, so scheduling in where are you wasting time and how can I make some time to do the things that are important to me. And then sleep and stress control, figuring out how to fit in sleep, 7 to 9 hours of sleep, 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and then stress control, really making a list of those 5 things that are really going to help you decrease that stress. So tell me, which number do you need to work on implementing? Do you need the nutrition aspect? Do you need to work on your workouts? Do you need to work on the time management section? Or do you need stress and sleep control? Which of those? Tell me right now in the comments below, which one do you think you need to work on right here, right now? Or, I mean, maybe it's all of them. Maybe it's more than one. Maybe it's a few of them. Let me know which one you think, whether it's the nutrition aspect, whether it's figuring out healthy options out, whether it's the workout part and figuring out how do I make my workouts quality, whether it's the within day movement, all of that kind of stuff. So Valerie's saying sleep and time management. Yes. Yes, all of you guys are saying some great things. Tanner's saying all of them. Chelsea is saying stress and nutrition. All right. So why you showed up today? Why did you show up today? I'm going to say it's because you either have a busy life, you don't have the body you feel confident in, you don't have the time to spend hours meal prepping or working out that you think it takes to get results. Maybe you've tried other diets out there with no lasting results. Maybe your New Year's resolution is to finally lose that fat once and for all. Maybe you just want to lose fat, feel confident, and excel in the areas of life that are most important to you with little time dedicated. So if any of those things are you, then that is something that hopefully this all helped with, because it's your time. It's your time for you to experience that fat loss in a long-lasting way. It's your time to feel confident in your body, to where you attract attention when you walk into a room, you don't waste time worrying about food or your body, and you have a better sex life with your spouse, or you just have a better, life. You just feel good in your own skin. It's time for you to stop trying the next fad diet or program out there that gets you results for a short time, but then makes you feel you've failed after it's no longer sustainable and all the weight comes back on. It's time, guys, to have the energy it takes to be successful in the areas of life that mean the most to you. It's time to have all of this, meanwhile living your life, enjoying your life, and having a social life, having a real life, and not being dictated by tons of containers and all of that stuff. It is your time. If you can't tell, that is what I'm trying to get across to you. It is your time to finally get these long-lasting results. So remember, I've shared nothing with you today that is theory. I've used all of this and other tactics to create long-term results in many of my clients and myself. I'm Sorry, I'm not extra special and I don't have access to any secret magic powers. They'll zap that fat off of you and give you the results overnight. I'm not promising that at all. I just have a system that works. I have a blueprint. I have a roadmap built just for you that basically takes you from where you're at right now to where you want to be. And if I can live a healthy life that gets me results with a crazy schedule and little free time, so can you. So do you want to know how to implement this all, lose the right kind of weight and keep it off forever while still having a fun and living, your busy normal life, but still getting results you want, still living the social life you want, all of that good stuff? Welcome to my Fresh Fit and Healthy Academy, guys. So what is my Fresh Fit and Healthy Academy? It is a complete A through Z individualized blueprint for getting long-term results, becoming an expert of your own body, and never having to work with someone like me again after. I work one-on-one with certain clients once people apply, and I work one-on-one to teach you to be not only to get results, but to be your own expert. So what does this all come with if you were to be interested in such a thing? It would be, you would get an individualized 12-week nutrition plan. It would be according to your preferences, your goals, your body type, all that stuff. 12-week training plan, again, according to your preferences, your goals, the access to equipment you have. You would get weekly group calls. You would have a membership site access to video modules, worksheets, and resources. You'd have a private Facebook group where you can connect with other people that have similar goals as you, and a lot of other fun extras. Sylvia in the chat box, she is part of my Fresh Fit and Healthy Academy right now, and you can ask her all the things, but she has been getting some great results already, and I've been loving to work with her. So what are others already saying about this? So here's one client on the left. The left was before I started working with you. It was 5 weeks ago. Now I'm feeling good today on the right. It's crazy that I can feel good and not have a headache and not feel deprived and still get results. I was doing wellish before we started working together, but I definitely felt deprived and now I feel great. I'm down 3 pounds since day one. I literally wasn't able to get the scale to move for weeks, and I get to eat ice cream. So great. The middle one, she said 170.6 this morning. Thank you. The right-hand side, my one client texted me at 6:30 in the morning and said, holy crap, I measured my waist 4 times this morning because I couldn't believe the first 3. Lost 1 inch on the waist also. And he weighed 222 pounds, down 4 pounds in 1.5 weeks. What others are again saying? The one on the left, I don't only work on physical results. I really work on mental results too. So, this client really had some things, she was caught up in a lot of things. And so she said, this week was crazy. I had to go to the ICU. This week was crazy. My food wasn't controlling, she said, but my food wasn't controlling everything. And down to the bottom, she said, I'm not starving it or restricting anymore. I'm also giving it what it wants and needs. So it's starting to want the healthier, nutritious foods. So I'd say even though there are moments where I struggle, I'm winning, I'm in control. If that's something that you think you want. On the middle, one of my clients said, you are legit a magic worker. So I had that super stressful day on Thursday combined when I got monthly cycle, yay. So I was so stressed out, as I mentioned to you. And she said, mention to you because I talk to my clients one-on-one all the time. She said, it's crazy. I literally had no cravings for crap for the past 2 days. Like, not that I craved it. I told myself it's not good for me or I shouldn't have it. Those thoughts didn't even cross my mind. Anyways, I thought I'd share with you. I love my boyfriend and I love my best friends, but it's so nice to have someone to talk about all these things that affect my health and fitness journey. She said, before I started working with you, her Saturdays were blah. This morning, she woke up at 4:45 in the morning. Her boyfriend was like, what the hell are you doing? She went, worked out, had breakfast, did her reading, showered, changed, and she's ready to go. And then on the right-hand side, one of my other clients said, I accidentally legit was like mindlessly eating a brownie placed in front of me at 11:30. I didn't say screw it. I ate it perfectly as best as you can. I did as best as I could traveling. I drank lots of water. And then she said, thank you. I totally underestimated how much a coach, like an actual coach like you, can drastically help me. I'm so excited for the next 11 weeks. That was after her first week with me. So what will you experience if you decide to apply by scheduling a call with me? What will you experience? Trainings? Will you learn the newest tips and break the biggest myths out there? A fun new lifestyle allows for your favorite foods. Learning nutrition and training basics. It doesn't have to be complicated, I promise. An expert in your back pocket at all times, because guess what? All my clients get my personal number. They all can text me whenever they want, and they all know that they can ask me any questions when anything in life comes up. You get to learn how to do it yourself so you never hire someone like me again. One of my clients said, that's a really bad business plan, but it's not, because I know that if I get you results and teach you to be your own expert, you will talk about it and you will in turn get other people to come to me. I don't need you to stay with me forever. And then you get a like-minded community with similar goals. And then last but not least, changes in your body and mind that make you feel confident and empowered going forward. What you'll get a unique plan according to your goals, body, preferences, schedule, mindset shifting video modules and worksheets for long-term change of how to stay motivated, how to set goals for your life going forward, all that kind of stuff. You get 24/7 accountability and access to my personal number, like I mentioned. You get the membership site access for life, not just for the 3 months that you work with me, for life. You get Facebook access for life, and you get weekly group calls as well. So what does this look like? You get a meal plan that's literally laid out like this, breakfast through dinner with all your snacks, just to give you a guidance tool of what a good day should look like for you. You get a 7-day meal plan like this. You get a training plan. So you log into an app called Trainerize, and you get this calendar, and you basically just you click on the day, and you get whatever workout, like whatever your workout is for the day, you get that workout, and you can log in, check in. I'm keeping you accountable because you're checking into your workouts, you're logging your food, so many ways of accountability with me. You're getting the membership site. So my Freshman Healthy Academy membership site. See, there's a mindset section. There's a nutrition section. There's a bonus section with some great ebooks and intuitive eating stuff and all these things about deficiencies and how to fix them, all that good stuff. And then you get worksheets about your goals, the handy portion guide I mentioned earlier, tips and tricks for healthy living, all that kind of stuff. And then you get the weekly call. So if you ever need a one-on-one call with me, you can also schedule a one-on-one call with me at any time. But we're going to have group weekly calls where, you hear other people and their questions, and you get to ask questions and all that kind of good stuff. I'll talk about a topic for a little bit of something that's really interesting at the time or something you guys have asked for, all that stuff. And then you get 5 ways of accountability, because I know the whole online thing is a little weird and you're thinking, how is she going to keep me accountable when it's online? Well, you have to check into your workouts. You have to log your food, all this stuff I'm looking over. You get calls. You get the Facebook group where I'm checking in with you through there, and you're getting to hear from other people. And then you can text me at any given time or email me at any given time, and I'll respond within the hour usually, unless I'm on a call with someone else. And this is a one-time investment, guys. You never have to hire someone again. So if you act in the next 30 minutes, you're going to get, number 1, my 30 under 30 workout guide that has 30 workouts under 30 minutes for the busy life. Number 2, you're going to get a breakfast ebook that is packed full of some good breakfast recipes. And number 3, you're going to get 25% off. If I see you schedule a call within the next 30 minutes, you will get an offer of 25% off the membership site. And so just one last thing of what someone else is saying after being with me for a month. It's been a month since I started working with Sarah. It's crazy how much better I feel, so I wanted to share a little mini celebration. I can wake up without a foggy headache now, even after a couple glasses of wine. I never feel restricted with food. Thank God I'm no longer putting food into color-coordinated containers. So unrealistic for life. The workouts are so fun, and I love that I'm not working out every day. My boyfriend, who, to be honest, never ate healthy before, is on board. It's so nice to have Sarah available on text, so encouraging and helpful. It's having someone it's like having someone with me to figure out all the complicated processes at all times. I feel so much better. My relationship with food and workouts has improved, and I'm down 7 pounds in my first 7 days. Can't wait for the next 60. So are you ready to create the life that you love and the results that last? Schedule a free call with me. So I'm going to put up the link where you can schedule a free call with me right now. This offer is going to end in 20 minutes, guys. So if you think that, I want this change, I need this change, I want this change, I am so sick of maybe the cycling of different diets out there. Maybe I haven't even tried a diet yet, but I'm just needing something that actually works long term and seems like you get me because you have a busy life. And maybe you just want someone that just tells you how to eat healthy, and you can send menus to at all times, and I can send you what is healthy on the menu. All of those kind of things are things that you get if you apply through just scheduling a call with me. You're not committing to anything. You're not paying anything by scheduling this free call with me. All you're doing is scheduling a free call for us to talk, because at the end of the day, I don't want to even have you be a client of mine if we're not a good fit for each other. I think it's really important, because of how much contact we have, that not only I think I can help you, but that you think that I'm a good fit for you. Like if this is going to be some awkward conversation every single time we talk, or you don't feel comfortable opening up to me, I don't want you to work with me, because I think that you're not going to get the results you want. And so I want you to find someone you feel comfortable with. So this call is for just that only, for me to explain a little bit more about what you'll get, answer any questions, and help you to decide if I'm a good fit for you when you schedule this free call. So if you want to schedule this free call, just click the offer right there that's popped up, and figure out a time frame that works best for you. Because let me just like kind of go through maybe some doubts that you have going on in your mind right at this given moment. Maybe you're thinking, no diet has worked in the past for me. How do I think that this is going to work? Maybe you're thinking, I've been burned by an online coach before, or I've seen how sleazy they are before. One of my clients actually was burned by an online coach before. She gave me the chance to prove that not all are like that, and thank goodness she did. But I know that there's some really crappy people out there on the internet, and some people that have no idea what they're talking about on the internet trying to sell services. So you do have to be careful. And that's, again, why I want you to schedule this call with me, so that you can make sure that I am a good fit for you and you trust me. Number 3, you don't trust yourself to follow through. Maybe that's a doubt that's going through your mind. Number 4, you don't know what it feels like to feel confident, and you just don't know if this is something for you. Like I don't even know what that feels like. So I don't even think that life is available to me. I don't think that's possible for me to feel confident for once. Maybe you're thinking, my life is so crazy, I just don't have time for this. And guess what? You have to prioritize the things that matter most. But if this is something you're committed to, if this is something, it does not take very much time for you to implement the things I'm going to tell you to do throughout this 12-week program. But you have to make, when the time is right, this will not be a doubt in your mind. There's never going to be a perfect time. Number 6, you like food too much. You're thinking, I don't want to go on a program. I love food too much. It's the holidays, all this stuff. Guess what? If I can get you through the holidays feeling great and succeeding, you're gonna feel like a super person when you go into the new year, because you're thinking all these people that are starting their diet on the new year, and I'm already ahead of the game because I know how to do this. Maybe you're thinking, I'm not worth the investment. Maybe you're thinking right now that I've just never invested in myself, and honestly, I don't know if it's for me or not. If that's you, you believe that you are worth the investment. You are worth it. You are of value, and you deserve to invest in yourself. Number 8, maybe you're just thinking it's not the right time. Maybe in the future, just not now. It's just not the right time. But guess what? There is never going to be a perfect time, and there's never going to be a time where you feel 100% ready to commit to something like this. But guess what? You will get the results you want, and they will be long lasting. And just envision that life. Envision what it could look like in 3 months from now if you committed to a program where it got you long-term and lasting results. Imagine a life where you loved what you saw in the mirror. You felt more confident in your relationships. You thrived at networking and social events because of said confidence. You had energy again. Your clothes fit so well, and you were still enjoying your life. And it became a lifestyle, not just another diet. It is your time. So are you going to say tonight, day 1, or are you going to say one day? Are you going to say, yes, I'm scheduling a call right now. Let's do this. I want to talk to you. I want to see what this is all about. I want to know more, and I want to know if we're a good fit. Click the offer in the cut. It's freshfinhealthy.com/coaching, or you can just click the button that the offer is in the chat box right now. Freshfinhealthy.com/coaching. So And I'm so confident that you will see results mentally or physically or emotionally, that I will give you your money 100% back. If we jump on the call, we see we're a good fit, we start, and you don't get any results. I'm so confident that will not happen, that I 100% have a money back guarantee. So schedule a free call today by clicking the offer, freshfitandhealthy.com/coaching. Limited spots available because, like I said, I dedicate a lot of time to my one-on-one clients. There's only so many spots available, and you have about 14 minutes to get the special bonuses that come along with this. So schedule a free call today. Let me know. And that is really it, guys. I'm so happy that you stayed on for the duration of all of this. I want to know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any questions in the chat box. I will, answer anything that you might be able to, that you might have questions about, that you might have concerns about, but that is also what the free call is for. So schedule a call if you're interested in that. But at the end of the day, I just want you to feel comfortable, and that is what this call is for. So I'm gonna, open up for any questions if you guys have any questions. If not, I'm just gonna let this run for, the next 14, 15 minutes, and let me see if, you have any questions coming through, if there's anything I can answer. You can also ask questions within the Q&A, which only goes to me if you don't wanna ask questions in the chat box. But you can also email me at contact@freshfitandhealthy.com if you have any specific questions. So, Chelsea, you said, I'm worried I won't be able to afford it since I'm a student, but I'm interested. Sounds awesome. Yes, you should still schedule a call, Chelsea. I would love to hop on the phone call with you, and I make it possible for my clients. I say, if you are 100% committed, Chelsea, only if you are 100% committed, 1 out of 10, I need this change. I want this change. I am ready. I'm like, let's go. If you are a 10, schedule that call. If you're anything but a 10, if you're thinking, I'm not really ready yet, maybe this isn't for you. But if you are a 10, Chelsea, I would love to talk to you. So definitely schedule a call. Just click the button, freshfitandhealthy.com/coaching, and schedule a free call with me. I would love to just talk you through, maybe give you some tips going forward, even if it doesn't work out for you. Blake, I'm so happy to hear that you scheduled a call. So excited to see that. I'm seeing calls scheduled. Awesome, guys. So I am able to see them come through on my calendar as we speak, and it's awesome. So, so exciting. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll stay on for just a little bit longer. If not, let me know. Let me know if you have any questions. I am here at your, any questions you even have as a dietitian, even if it's nothing about the Coaching Academy, let me know if you have any questions that I can, that I can answer for you. If not, that is that for it. And I just want to say thank you for watching. I'm popping in really quickly because I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for just dedicating this hour to me. I know that was a lot of your time. It's 6 minutes past. And so I'm going to let you guys go. But if you have any other questions, contact@freshfitandhealthy.com, or just if you think you could be interested, you're not 100% sure, still schedule the call. Let's hop on the phone. Let's talk. And let's figure out if I'm the right fit for you. So thank you for staying on. So many of you guys still stayed on to the very, very end. And I know this is a lot of your time. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate just you giving your time, because you signed up for this because you're busy. So thank you. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Again, freshfitandhealthy.com/coaching if you want to hear more about the Coaching Academy, if you want to sign up for a free call, and I will leave off with that. Hope you guys have an awesome day, awesome night, and an awesome rest of your week. Since it's only Tuesday, we've still got a long week to go. So have a good rest of your night, guys. Thank you again for listening and tuning in. And I'm just going to keep my screen up for a little bit longer. And after that, you guys can head out. I'm just going to keep this up so that you guys can have the access details. And I will see you on the flip side. Come follow me on Fresh Fit and Healthy on Instagram. I offer some great content, even if you're not ready to buy anything right now. come follow me, freshfitandhealthy.com or freshfitandhealthy on Instagram. I offer daily content continuously on there that can help you along your way as well. So with that being said, I will see you guys sometime later and sometime on the next webinar.